because he's.
Welcome to Stupid O'Clock News. I'm Lewis Lee. The state of Tennessee is getting tough on Asian carp. The invasive species of fish has been growing unabated in Tennessee waterways since the late 1960s. Now the aggressive fish are threatening other species. The voracious carp eat plants, plankton, and even the larval fish of other species. To reduce the number of carp, Governor Bill Lee has signed an executive order establishing the Asian Carp Advisory Commission. The group will advise wildlife and fisheries officials on ways to mitigate the invasion. The Advisory Commission is taking a page from the governor's handling of the coronavirus and has suggested a catch, spare, neuter, and release program whereby eventually the Asian carp will all be unable to reproduce. Of course, it could take several generations of humans for this to work, but even that suggestion is coming under fire because of the governor's right to life stance. A more workable solution is to invite members of the Cajun Navy to come up here with their Lafitte skiffs and tell them the carp taste delicious in a gumbo, look awesome mounted to a wall, but there's only a 10-pound creel limit. Estimates are there won't be any carp left in the Tennessee estuary before December. Back to you.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
Yeah. Well, I won some money on John because he was betting the story would be about the downtown bear.
No, that's just sad.
Yeah.
I really couldn't think of much funny about it.
All right, let's bring John in because he was disappointed.
Sorry, John.
Sure, it'd be a story about the bear.
But fish that jump into your boat, that's funny.
Oh, yeah.
No, fish that jump over your boat and smack somebody in the face as they do it. Funny.
Well, the saddest part about the whole bear situation is he couldn't afford rent anywhere. So, just saying.
That's true.
That's true, not downtown. And certainly not on the North Shore.
Now, I've watched some videos on that, and there's some areas of the country that have Carp Day. They actually pay.
Carpe diem?
They pay
Carp
you
knocked him.
to bring in. You got to, when you catch it, you've got to kill it immediately, cut it in half, dump the tail into the water so other fish can eat it, and you got to turn the head. They got a bounty on the heads.
Cool.
That's going to cut into the fish stick industry.
No, they use cod for fish sticks, not carp.
You can eat carp. I don't know why.
I guess they must taste bad, or else
They don't taste very good, but
They're
are
just-
edible.
They're just the meat is hard to eat because of all the cartilage and bone. It's not a.
There's not a lot of edible stuff to them.
Well, there's got to be something they're good for.
Bait.
Harvest the shit out of them, you know?
Grind them up, make them dog food, cat food.
They'd be better off as fertilizer. Really, seriously.
All right, everybody, quit carping about it.
Let's get our bass in gear, huh?
Which reminds me, since y'all brought it up, there is a new joke.
Oh my God.
We got it, done it.
Asteroid, please hit us now. Asteroid, please hit us.
It's not due till November 2nd.
What's not? Oh,
The asteroid.
no. This is a good one. Do you know why chicken breasts don't have nipples?
Why don't chicken breast? Oh, I bet. Well, never mind. Go ahead.
Because they poke holes in the plastic wrap when they get.
That's what I thought.
Have you seen?
Even skunk couldn't even hit the.
Skunk, you're muted.
He's not muted.
He's just being
I
quiet.
was muted.
Oh.
Oh,
I said no. What I said was I didn't do the rim shot because it didn't deserve it.
You should have got a good night,
The
everybody,
monkey.
at least.
I was thinking the
rim
monkey.
shot. Yeah.
No, we need to find one. This
It's really horrible. Like,
when a joke is just dumb.
I think the boy like
I'm gonna
falling
work
and
on that
hurting
right
himself.
now.
That's a good one too. The Schadenfreude one.
But for everybody tuning in, here, let me do.
Yeah, that one's nasty. Never mind that one again.
That's not what I wanted to do. Where's the too many buttons?
Oh, another one I was going to get you to do, Skunk. They've got that video of the bear running down the street, like 5 police cars after it. I was going to get you to do the Bad Boys theme for it.
Good old inner circle.
I was going to figure the Benny Hill thing, Yakety Sax.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right. All right, but I need to pull this up right quick. And
Blake 7, what?
yeah, he jumped away for a minute. To all my viewers that tuned in Thursday night, I used some language that was quite inappropriate.
No,
Salty as hell.
No. Let me explain something to you before you continue. First of all, you apologize way too much. Okay, the whole entire night, I'm sorry, but okay, no. You said what we were all thinking. Okay, but on top of that, no, the language that you used was 100% appropriate. 100% appropriate. Okay, and I wish I could have been there to cheer you on while you were doing it. Okay,
I still think it was really mild.
Somebody, and I don't remember who said it. It said that language like that you used, right? Yeah. That quote unquote informal, off-color blue language, right? That you used is the punctuation mark to express it. Well, actually, Marilyn Manson was asked about it by Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly asked him, "It's like, do you have to swear so much?" And he was like, "I don't have to. I don't talk like that in my normal life. But if you want to get a point across, sometimes that language is appropriate. So don't apologize for that. You said exactly what you needed to say, and I 100% agreed. I was in the van listening to that the next day while I was driving at work. I was cheering you on the whole time. I was like, yeah, I really wish I could have been there.
Yeah, well, I try not to use that kind of language on the show.
Well, that's what I was telling people. I was telling people, Joe, it's like seeing one of the nicest guys I know go off like that. It was like, no,
this means something serious.
Yeah, exactly. Don't apologize.
Yeah. And I also have decided I will not drink on the show anymore.
No, you should leave that to the professionals like me and John.
Yeah. Yeah. I really don't remember a lot of stuff. And I do want to know this. How the hell did I get this thing?
I don't know, but it fits you a whole lot better than that trash can you were holding.
I don't know who Facebook user is. Okay. Yeah. Joe didn't just drop the bomb.
It was a strafing rod.
There was some BD thrown in there.
No, it was a strafing F bomb.
It was one of those bouncing Bettys.
Bunker Buster F bomb.
Yeah, he went straight for the hydroelectric dam.
I think I went nuclear from.
It was only 2 megatons. It wasn't anything serious.
You did not go nuclear.
Firecrackers.
No, I want to point out you did not go nuclear because nuclear would have been one big one, right? One big one. No, what that was a cluster. Okay, that was a mortar. That had additional parts to it. Okay,
hang on a minute.
Oh no, John's going to replay it.
B-52.
Yes.
That's what it was. That was a carpet bomb.
And I'm not talking about a singer from Atlanta.
It was a daisy cutter.
They're from Athens. Thank you.
Athens. Yeah.
I happen to know
my
them.
bad. Yeah.
Well,
Mark Swafford.
Not well enough to talk to them, but you know.
Probably.
Mark, you have to give
StreamYard permission
to use your Facebook information.
He's done it before. He's had it before, but sometimes you have to do it again.
Yeah.
Every time StreamYard doesn't update.
Yep. They do updates periodically and lose things that they'd already had recorded.
Not everybody has to do them, though. I think that's really weird, but some people do. And I also want to point out this. He said this is he said, "Did you drop an F-bomb, Joe?" He dropped several.
I think I quit counting at 23.
You did. You said that too. He said I quit counting at 23. You actually said that on the show. I know Joe doesn't remember. Joe doesn't remember anything.
It went real fuzzy towards the end of my rant, and then I do remember leaving and sort of tuning in just to sort of.
I'm curious to know what Joe was doing with the trash can because it very much looked like he was taking a whiz in the trash can.
Yeah.
No, he was getting sick. Because he's not used to drinking that much.
Sick of this and he's sick of you. He's so sick he don't know what to do.
Yeah.
If you'd listened closely, you could have heard the Ralph noises.
No, he actually had the mic off, but he left the camera on. Never mind. Y'all can go back and look at it. It's on internet posterity.
Fix that real quick.
Probably our highest rated YouTube video. Ralph! Sorry, Joe, I shouldn't pick on you.
Hey.
Well, hey, no, Dan, this is your chance to get back for all these sleepy old guy jokes.
Oh no. He already proved that point. Now, I didn't get a chance to play a siren and wake him up, but that's just because I don't have a siren on this computer.
Well, we played a siren and it didn't wake you up.
Yeah.
Oh, no, nothing wakes me up. You could play a nuclear bomb and it wouldn't wake me up.
We know that. We tried.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. You
Yeah.
have told me before.
Yes,
But no, I have slept through the most alarming things that you could imagine. Some of them were quite hideous, and I'm not going to talk about them because they're quite hideous. But once I go to sleep, I am very totally asleep.
Well, I want to say, by the way, I would have been here on time tonight if it wasn't for the restaurants in East Ridge being absolutely terrible. And I'm getting really sick of them. And I don't know if anybody, it's my turn to rant, Joe, but I promise I won't say any nasty words. If anybody who's watching this happens to be a franchise owner of a fast food restaurant in the East Ridge area, specifically in this particular case, the McDonald's and the Burger King, get your stuff together. Or at least get better people on your crew. I don't know if you need to fire off the losers and hire in some people and pay them more to be able to get your stuff together. But there is no sense in what happened tonight. I pulled into the Burger King in East Ridge into the drive-thru at 10:45, and 10 minutes later at 10:55 they shut the lights off.
Yes, Chris, yours are showing up.
They close at 11.
Okay.
Yes, Chris.
It's not gonna get you.
And
The hell are you looking at?
the other night,
She's scared.
Licking her
She's
chops.
over here shaking.
Aw.
Do you see her?
Why is she shaking?
I don't know. She just came in here and she's shaking, which means that somebody must have fired a gun or a firework or something.
Mm.
I live in the
Puppy.
city.
What-
You
what
wouldn't
she-
think this stuff would happen.
What you
No,
should
it's
know
okay.
is exactly what would happen. You live in a
It's
city.
okay, Moo. It's okay. Mommy's got you.
True story. This is 100%. I believe it was after my last year of high school, right? We went up to Chicago for the last time as a family, before some other stuff would happen later. I never got to go back up with my family. Every time I went back to Chicago after that, it was for a con or something. This is the last time we went up there with the family. And at this point, I'd already started smoking, but my family didn't know about it. I was trying to keep it on the down low because of
No,
my
it's okay.
parents kicking my ass. And so I sneak outside with my small little, pack of smokes. I used to smoke Marlboros back then. It was Marlboro Reds. And I sneak outside with my Marlboro Reds in Chicago in the summer. And I'm sitting on the porch outside like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just sitting there trying to smoke as fast as possible so I can get back inside before anybody realizes that I'm not there. Like I said, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. And then all of a sudden I heard pop, 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 pop. I mean, it was legit. Somebody was firing at somebody else. It was not car backfiring. It was handgun. And so I'm like, whoa, freaking out, right? But I don't want to be. I don't know if there's a drive-by going on or what. I'm freaking, right? So I go back inside. I completely forget I have the cigarette in my hand. And I go back inside, and there's my dad's aunt, Patty. And she's sitting there just being all like, what are you doing? I'm like, I was outside getting some fresh air. And she goes, yeah, I can see that. And I looked out at my hand and I went, she's like, dude, I ain't going to rat on you. I'd rather you smoke in the house than smoke outside. That's how you get robbed.
How much she was shaking.
So then she gave me an ashtray and went back to sleep.
See her?
Yeah, I see that.
She's trembling.
But yeah, no, my Aunt
Something
Patty
scared her really bad.
My Aunt Patty didn't rat me out to my dad. So I thought she was going to do. Or great Aunt Patty, right?
Is that Zoe?
Yeah.
Zoe, sweetheart.
You know what you do, Heather? You know what you do?
I don't think she can hear you because Heather's
No.
wearing headphones.
I'm wearing headphones.
Heather, you know what you do? First of all, in a minute, I want you to take your headphones off. But what I want you to do is take your headphones off. I want you to give her a big old cuddle, not just petting her like you're doing right now, not just little scritches, but I mean like a big old cuddle. You squeeze her tight.
Yeah.
It doesn't work
Really?
because I've been taking my hand and putting it under her chest and squeezing her to constrict her. It doesn't work.
No, a big big bear hug. Do a bear hug.
Don't think medical. Think
Mama.
emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think mama.
Zoe.
Oh, yeah. No child or animal has ever calmed down by being told to calm down.
No,
Never worked.
I have to distract her.
But if
No.
you jingle your keys.
No.
Yeah.
Lewis, it's no animal, child, or
Wife.
exactly.
Oh,
I have to distract her, and normally I play classical music through the job site speaker that we have, but I can't play classical music right now because I'm on camera.
Mute yourself.
I mean,
Or
See,
don't.
why
I
can't
like
you
classical.
wait?
Starting
Why
to-
can't you, wait? Why can't you play classical
She's
music?
starting to yawn.
because
She's
we
doing
can get
better.
our stream shut down. Copyright.
Yep.
No.
Depends on who it's played by.
Yeah, I was about to say most classical music is public domain.
But the recording can be
Well,
copyrighted.
yeah, the recording is copyrighted.
Yeah,
My stuff is copyrighted by me, and YouTube will not report you. Or
I don't think your stuff is going to calm her down.
you haven't heard the
No,
third.
but I tell you what.
I actually have gone to the website and listened to some of your stuff.
I did want to show you guys something really
Quite
cool. that I found.
eclectic.
I wanna
Yes.
show you guys something really cool. that I found.
Eclectic is one of my specialties.
Check this out.
What is that?
So
It's
this is
Ava.
this is Ivea. It's an artificial intelligence. It says composing emotional soundtrack music, but it's really cool what it can actually do. So let me log in. I'll show you.
Oh boy.
Right. I'm not going to play anything. I'm not going to actually play any of the music. But what you do is you have the influences section right here, right? And what I could do is I can upload a MIDI, right? So if I have a MIDI track that whether I composed it or somebody else composed it, doesn't matter, right? So I've got just picking one here that I've got in my file at random. I have Bonnie Tyler's. I have a Bonnie Tyler Holding Out for a Hero one. If I remember correctly, this file is from a Yamaha keyboard. I upload the file, right? And then boom, it appears right there. It'll actually do an analysis. It'll figure out what the genre is. It'll figure out what the BPM is, because this is all programmed into the MIDI, right? It'll figure out even the time signature. And so while that's uploading, I'll show you. I used one of the other ones to show you what I could do with it. But like this one right here, this is Styx, Babe. I don't know why it says the Styx. That's not their name.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's actually a really good MIDI of Babe, though. It's really good. But what I could do is I click the three dots, right? And I could change the instrumentation. I could change the key signature, right? So if I change the instrumentation, I could do, instead of, that's a rock song, right? But instead of doing rock, I can do orchestral.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah. But now it doesn't, what it does is it actually takes the various intricacies of the song, right? The various intricacies of the song, and it will redo the song with the instrumentation and the key signature you select, but using the intricacies of the song as a reference point.
But it only works with MIDI?
It only works with MIDI. Now,
Okay.
notice
I can
this
see
one at the
that. I can
top.
see that.
Notice this one at the top says Beetlejuice, but it says Clean Rock Ensemble in A minor, 150 beats per minute in 4/4, right? This one right here, like I said, I'm not going to play it, but this one right here, it doesn't sound anything like Beetlejuice. What it sounds like is sort of like the Munsters, because it's got that horror movie, vibe that Beetlejuice has from the Beetlejuice theme, but it's surf rock. That's super cool. I've been abusing it a ton. If you notice, like I'm already at like 58 different compositions. I've only downloaded a few of them.
How much does it cost?
So here's the cool part.
I'll be back.
I'll show you the billing. I'm paying for standard, which is £15 a month. It's a Euro, or 15 euros a month. It's a European company. The free version is free, and you get 3 songs up to 3 minutes, right? And you can do You don't get pop, rock, or jazz with the free version, but you get all the other presets, and you get, I mean, all these other things, you know, are based off paying for it, right? But here's the really cool part: if you pay for the standard monthly, right? If you pay for the standard monthly, you get 15 songs. Your songs can go up to 5 minutes, and you get to do rock songs as well. So it's worth the money. 15 euros. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but it wasn't a lot.
Yeah, it's like 18 and some change.
Yeah, I was going to say about 20, 21 at max.
It's and notice that you can even do a pro, and with the pro, you also own the copyrighted music. You own the copyright of the tracks, and can use it to make money.
The conversions of the copy of the original tracks.
Now with the standard monthly, I don't own the copyright of the music, but I don't have to credit Ivea either, which I will anyway if I used any of it. Just because like I think it's really cool software. But it's all web-based. It's pretty cool. You can even do it on your phone. And you don't even need MIDIs to do it. Like if you just go in here and be like, I want to create a new song, right? You can go to preset style and just pick one. You can pick like sea shanty. You could pick Chinese, tango, electronic, and it will just create a random song for you, right?
What does a Chinese tango sound like?
Well, no, Chinese and tango are two separate options.
That's too bad because the combination sounds interesting.
I was wanting to hear that myself.
That's the one thing I don't. That's the one thing
I
I
gotta
don't
hit the restroom and get another beer. I'll be right back.
That's the one thing I don't like about this is that I really wish that when you uploaded an influence, you could just be all like, I want these two songs. I want a version of this song, but done like this song, right? Is what I wish it could do, because that would be fun with the MIDI.
It's still a beta process, so you got time.
They have a Discord community too, as well, which I need to join at some point and talk to these people. It's pretty neat. I really like it. I got into it recently, and I've enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah, Chris was talking about the sometimes comments don't appear on screen. Actually, Chris, what happened that night is there was a problem between StreamYard and Facebook. The interface wasn't communicating to relay the chat back to StreamYard.
Take a wild guess whose fault it was.
Wasn't me.
Was it you?
Wasn't
no, it wasn't anybody on this screen.
Yeah. On Tuesday, I got a letter from an email from the president of StreamYard. We were one of 10 streams that were affected by it. And they apologized.
Of course we were.
Because there were only 10 streams doing it.
So there were only 10 streams that were live, yeah.
That time of night, yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry, I'm just I'm putting my PO in my wallet.
Better beer. Juicy Haze.
Hush, Crystal. Hush. It was a problem with Facebook and StreamYard. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, you know, you can do that if you want, but that might not be 100% accurate.
But also, John and Skunk, I was playing around the StreamYard today and was able to actually end streams, restart streams.
I saw that. You were doing all sorts of crazy stuff while I saw it on Facebook for a second, and you just kept popping up and going back, and it was making my Facebook go crazy. I was trying to take a nap. Sure.
But yeah, I was actually going to different streams. So that will come in handy.
Now, I do want to say something else that I haven't been able to say because when I got onto the Stupid O'Clock after show super late, you were gone, and. I only got to be on for a second. I didn't get to say anything about Nova. I do want to tell the story about, and you guys, maybe not Lewis, maybe not John, maybe not Blake, but Heather and Joe and Dan, I'm pretty sure have heard the story of how I met Nova. And I want to tell that because I want everybody to understand like how awesome of a person she is. So I went to a furry convention in Memphis, Tennessee called Meffit Fur Meet. When I went to Meffit, I was at a room party, drinking and stuff, and there was Nova, and I'd never met her before. She was wearing a her outfit was based off of the Star Command gear from Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear. And I looked over and I was like, wow, that's super cool. Like, I've never seen that before. And at a convention, that's pretty awesome. It's just like, oh, thank you. And we talked for a little bit and joked around and stuff. And after that, it was whatever. So I went to, I believe it was Chattacon, and I ran into her again. And I saw the outfit and I recognized it. I was like, yeah, I know you. I met you in Memphis. And she was like, oh, hey, yeah, you were that punk dude. I was like, yeah, we got to hang out together in Memphis. And she was like, oh, yeah, how have you been? And I'm like, I'm good. I'm glad to see you. I didn't know you came out to Chattanooga conventions. And outside of fur conventions too, on top of that, where's your Buzz Lightyear outfit? Because I thought, that was really cool. I really liked it. And she was like, oh my God, I thought you were making fun of me. And I was like, no, I liked it. So when she came to FantasyCon for the first time, she brought it with her. When she came to FantasyCon, because I said I liked it, and she wanted to put it on again for me. That's how awesome of a person Nova was. She would go out of her way to do awesome stuff for her friends.
Oh, yes.
That's the only thing I've got. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, they broke the mold on her.
All right, it's time to stop being serious. Let's do some dick jokes.
Let's not.
But seriously, guys, I figured out how to make it 6 inches. It took me forever to figure it out. You know what you do? You fold it in half.
Damn.
Good night, everybody.
There you go.
So if anybody's interested, I got Zoe to calm down.
Yay!
Good.
Good
She's
pal.
wearing her Thunder shirt, and she is covered in a fleece blanket.
Okay. Now,
The only thing that's sticking out is her head.
have any of y'all been watching The Boys?
I want to, but I'm not finished with another stream, so I want to be able to devote time to it. But it looks good.
It's good now. It's dark. I mean, it's dark.
Well, you can tell that from the trailers.
So here's the thing. I know about The Boys. I know about the comic. It is an actual comic. It's not just a superhero parody thing. It was an actual comic, right? And the idea behind it is like, how The Watchmen was like, what are the lives of superheroes really like? Right? Well, The Boys, the concept behind it is, what would superheroes really be like, but in today's society? They're full of themselves. They don't care about other people. They're violent sociopaths. They know they can get away with whatever because who's going to stop them?
Oh, like Hancock.
Exactly. Exactly. But what if they were successful at their job and people just let them kind of get away with it because they're like, oh, I can't really stop them? What if Superman was just a total jerk? He's an arrogant Chad, just the worst kind of person. That would
be Red Sun.
That's Homelander.
No. Red Sun. That's a whole different.
He was kind of a dick in Red Sun.
He was, but he wasn't a.
Crystal?
Look at me. I love me. You give me all of the support and attention. If you don't, I'll murder you. He was very much. Red Sun was very much like, I do this for Mother Russia. It's different.
Kind of
I'm going to give Crystal June a heads up. There is a scene in the pharmacy at the hospital that is going to creep you out.
The only thing, because I haven't read the comic, and I've really been wanting to watch the show because I know what is in the comic. I've seen one scene from the comic, and then I was like, I have to know more about this. And it made me want to read the comic, and maybe want to watch the show when I heard it was that. There is a scene in which the Superman-based character, the one with the super speed and strength and all that other stuff, who even looks like Superman, except he's like I said, he's a blonde Chad. He's a total like douchebag, right? He slaps a criminal in the face so hard his face comes off. He's just blood and guts and brain. He just smacks this dude and just like, and then he punches another guy and his fist goes all the way through his head. Like, I mean, it's just, and it's visceral and it's gory and it's awesome.
It is gory. Now,
I thought it was a parody when I first saw it. No, it's been a series for a while. It's been an ongoing comic series since like the late 90s. It's pretty messed up. I love it.
And there's another good movie out called Brightburn. Have y'all seen that?
Yes, I love Brightburn. When I saw the trailer for Brightburn, when I first saw anybody else who saw the trailer did the same exact thing. I swear, anybody who didn't is lying. You saw the trailer for Brightburn, right? Were you sitting there just being all like, oh man, they're rebooting Superman again? And then they get to the scene in the trailer with the woman coming out of the freezer, and you see him floating and realize, this ain't Superman.
No.
Oh, this is something different. And my first thought was, oh my God, I thought it was Red Sun. I literally thought they're doing a Red Sun movie. This is going to rule. Like, he's going to totally turn out to be like some communist. They're doing a different version of it where it's going to turn out to be some kind of like communist mutant thing that they shot it into space or something. It's like the cosmic.
And for those of you who don't know what Red Sun is, Red Sun was an alternate universe comic book where
Superman landed in Russia.
Instead of the United States. So he didn't have the Kents raising him. He was raised by the Soviet state. So.
Now, with that though, when it got to the point where you see in the trailer that no, this is going to be a horror movie, I realized this is different. This is something new. So I knew as soon as that movie came out, it was the first time I'd watched a superhero movie in over a year. I was like, I've got to see this, and it was awesome. I mean, it is straight up a what if Superman was what if Clark Kent in Smallville was a slasher, and it rules.
Well, it was more like what if Clark Kent wasn't raised by the Kents, but raised by the drug addicts in the trailer park.
Well, no. Well, because remember, the family that's raising him, I mean, they love and care for him. It's just like the Kents. They're trying to raise a child. He just when he turns that age and the Manchurian Candidate stuff starts and suddenly he's turning into the. It's kind of like I know this is going to go over most of your guys' heads, but Dragon Ball.
A little bit, yeah.
But the concept with Dragon Ball is, and you find this out in Dragon Ball Z, it was, it's a retcon sort of thing. But basically that kid Goku, when he was first sent to Earth, he was sent to Earth so that he would murder everybody there. But when his pod crash landed, he hit his head, got amnesia, and then they ended up having to like raise the kid as their own when they found him. So they raised the kid, and he ends up being a good guy. Well, when the other Saiyans show up on Earth, they're like, why didn't you kill everybody? And he's like, why would I kill everybody? He's like, you're a Saiyan. That's what you do. You're supposed to be evil. And he's like, but I'm not evil. So it's basically the Superman story, right? Except instead of him being sent off because the planet was blowing up and it was the only way to save him, he was being sent off because he's the invader alien that's supposed to kill everybody else, right? So it's sort of like...
So you're saying that Dragon Ball Z is Invader Zim?
It was supposed to be very similar, like the plan there was the same. The results are different, and that was a big plot point in Dragon Ball Z was that he was supposed to be this bloodthirsty killer, and it didn't happen. But instead, what ends up happening is that he becomes the good guy. He becomes basically Superman. You know, that's why they have the old joke. You know, who would win in a fight, Goku or Superman? And with Brightburn, it literally is that the both of those concepts. It's you have this child who shows up on the planet. He's an alien child. You raise him as your own, but he's basically a superhero that can do anything, right? Well, what if he was, you know, a Jason Voorhees-esque sociopath, and he just wants to murder everybody because his genetic code, his alien, you know, brain is telling him humans must die. And that's what you get out of Brightburn. It rules, by the way. Brightburn's awesome. Brightburn's got some really good scenes to it. Especially the scene with the actor from Breaking Bad who plays Badger. He's in the movie, and his death scene is good. It's good stuff. See Brightburn. Go see Brightburn. Especially if you like Superman. Go see Brightburn for sure.
And I did see a good movie on Netflix today. It's one of these alternate universe type shows, but it's on Sherlock Holmes.
Enola Holmes.
Enola Holmes. And I'm just going to tell you now, the part I love about the show the most, the fourth wall doesn't exist.
Okay.
She actually converses with she knocks the fourth wall down and through the entire show.
Like Deadpool.
Yeah,
Sort of
she's
like
got a very
Deadpool.
Deadpool relationship with the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Well, Denise has been wanting to see that.
I
So
just watched it before we got started here, and
Okay.
it is absolutely excellent. It is very, very cute too, and I hope they do some more. Apparently, there are 7 books, and this is a movie adaptation of the first book.
Yeah. And from what I've heard is Millie Bobby Brown has already said if Netflix wants to pick it up, she will help produce. She was actually a producer on this one. So
The
It's
nice
like
thing was
12?
the Sherlock Holmes part was Henry.
Henry Cavill,
Yeah,
and he did a great job.
he actually played it very, very well.
We'll see how that goes. I have to watch
I highly recommend the movie. It is very enjoyable. I do hope they do more. I would like to see more.
It's very good.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we need more of, because the stuff that, sorry, Skunk, I know you're into it, but slasher stuff, I think this world has been desensitized to violence quite enough.
Yeah.
I love slasher.
as a news guy, I see the real world results of people that can't separate fantasy from fiction. You can argue with me, but it's not going to change my mind.
All I'm going to say is that I
not for me.
disagree. I disagree, and we could disagree as friends.
Yeah, you're welcome to disagree. I don't care.
Who's Zach Morris?
I, along with Zach
Saved
Morris,
by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell. I, along with
No. Much better.
There are millions of us who love horror movies and love even extremely violent action films. And none of us would ever dream of doing that to a real person. We'd love those movies. There are people also who don't like those movies who are absolutely 100% capable of doing that kind of level of violence and do often do that level of violence, and they don't even like horror movies. They're not those kind of people. You know,
I agree.
The idea, I think that the idea that you know, what was it that Billy said in Scream, that horror movies don't create psychos, they make psychos more creative.
It's more like a training manual.
I don't agree with that either. I like the line. It's a great line in a movie. I really, really do feel that the level of violence in this country that has been and around the world that's been happening. I think that is. I think it's more systemic of just people are horrid. There's always been a level of violence. We just have the technology to make it more violent now. And I don't think that comes from
and we can pump it right into your house now.
I don't think it's movies or video games or any of that other stuff. It's just our technology has just gotten better and better and better. There's always been this level of violence. I mean, look at the Middle Ages.
100 years ago, if you wanted chicken tenders, grandma had to go out in the backyard, catch a chicken, and and nowadays,
what I mean by that is that people were stabbing and slicing each other up constantly back then. There were sword fights and the Crusades and all that other stuff that happened. There's always been this amount of violence. It's just nowadays people have chainsaws and guns and flamethrowers and the ability
24-hour TV coverage.
There's
the ability to find each other digitally now. You can track people and stalk them online. I mean,
I personally blame video games for the Crusades.
If I could just make a point, which might
Sure,
be
go
popular, yes, there has always been violence, but it's always been motivated violence. It's always been to further a point. Now we're talking about gratuitous violence. We're talking about being violent because it looks cool.
Because you can.
I don't know.
No.
I think that
Because
same thing happened now throughout
is
history.
definitely a serial killer trait, not the public performance violence that Lewis Lee is talking about.
Right.
I feel like a lot of the violence, like the major thing, like let's look at the Pulse shooting. That guy was definitely motivated.
Yep.
I think personally, a lot of the major violent acts we've been seeing lately is not because of movies, TV, video games, any of that other stuff, music, etc. I think it's the media. No offense to you. I'm just saying, if you look at places like, if you look at some of the news media that's out there, the what I would call fake news, the people that just do the sensationalist tabloid reporting of things that aren't real and get people all riled up. Look at the guy that shot up the pizza place in D.C.
Those are not legitimate journalists.
No, those are Bill O'Reilly.
That's what I'm saying.
Stick
to
He said
the
media.
news
He
anchor.
said media, not journalist.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and
Facebook-
there's a huge difference.
There is a huge
Facebook is
difference.
media.
But the general public is blurring that. Okay?
Well,
If you
yeah,
tune
but
in to
they
CNN.
shouldn't.
Dan, let me make this point. If you look at CNN right now, out of 24 hours, they've got 23 freaking hours of talking head consultants and spin doctors and opinion pieces. You don't see actual unbiased news. And that can't continue.
It's
We have to have a safe harbor somewhere that we can go to get an honest report on what's going on that provides both sides of the situation, or however many sides there are, in a balanced method. Okay?
Yeah.
That's my
Huntley-
journalism.
Yes.
Huntley
That's
and
what I
Brinkley
went
would
to
never
school
have been
for.
hired
That's
by
what I've been
CNN.
doing since 1977 when I was on the school newspaper. I've never been out of the journalism business. And believe me, aside from the funny shit that I say at the beginning of this show every week, anything that I say has been researched, it has been vetted, and you can bank on it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
Okay?
but
I am sick of Fox News and CNN and Breitbart and Huffington Post and all these people who are putting out opinion pieces and disguising it as news and
You're
not even
absolutely
trying
right.
to tell the difference.
You are absolutely right.
the
I
representative,
agree
And
100%.
we have to demand better, okay? And we also have to demand better candidates.
The
Really? These two old fuckers are the best that America. We got 300 million people in this country.
it's rant night tonight, baby.
These two are the best we
Wait,
have.
wait.
We have
We've
Go,
also
go,
got
go,
Kanye
go,
on the
go.
ballot.
No, I'm
Kanye's
burnt
there
out
to
now.
take away. So
No. Let's not even go there. Let's not even go there. What I wanted to say is that do you remember, Lewis, in the early 90s, I believe it was 94, 95, when Westinghouse bought CBS,
Oh yeah.
and the guy from Westinghouse, like the CEO or the COB from Westinghouse said, well, the CBS News is here to serve advertisers.
Yeah.
Like that.
And I was
mean,
working for a CBS affiliate
Chris.
at the time, and we were pissed because
And
we
rightly
knew
so.
that news, if it's done properly, doesn't make money. News doesn't make money if you're doing it right.
shut up. I had to tell my phone to shut up, not you, Lewis.
I know.
But no, and that, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Is like with the whole quote unquote Pizzagate thing, like that was stupid. The QAnon thing is stupid. Like these people get their news from the internet telling
I have a
them things
great
that
idea. I have a
aren't
great
true.
idea for that. QAnon, all these Trumpsters that are, oh, I'm Q. We need to leak out that Q secretly stands for queer.
No,
Trump will
no,
drop
no,
it like
no.
a hot potato.
No. That's not fair to the people that
Don't
are.
affiliate me. Do not affiliate me with those Philistines. Do not do
Chris,
that.
Chris, there's only 330 million Americans in America.
Now, I
Okay, so I said 300 million. I'm sorry.
I want to say this.
But
about that.
142 million of them are eligible to be president of the United States right now. So
Lewis made a really
I
good
agree,
point.
Chris.
Lewis made a really good point that I want to bring up. Right? Is he mentioned two, and I'm going to mention a third. He mentioned
JoJo, but JoJo doesn't have a chance.
Well, no. I'm not talking about that. You mentioned two news sources, and I'm going to mention a third that are just they're so biased, unbelievably biased. You mentioned CNN. You mentioned Huffington Post. I'm going to also mention MSNBC.
Yeah,
Right.
MSNBC.
they're-
Oh, believe me, we can
Here's the
go
thing.
on and on.
As
I mean,
somebody-
there's the Blaze. There's
As
you know,
somebody
any
who-
number.
Is there a news source out there right now that calls
isn't
it
owned.
right down the middle?
I can name.
I can name
The closest that I
two.
can come to is PBS, New York Times. Those are probably the two that get it the most, get it right the most.
Is
There's. I was
there
going to.
any
my
foreign
two-
media?
My two that I was going to mention.
Reuters,
Yeah,
Reuters?
Reuters is up there.
Reuters is good. AP is good.
Al Jazeera.
Yeah, Al Jazeera I follow.
Yes, actually,
well.
Al Jazeera.
Al Jazeera, during the early Trump days, Al Jazeera was the only people reporting things without spinning it.
I want to.
BBC,
Yeah.
BBC One.
BBC was the other one I was
Sometimes.
going to say. BBC.
Sometimes.
BBC when it's an international incident, not a local one for them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just saying.
and I was going to say. I was also going to say. To an extent, Channel 4.
Sky
to an-
Network.
To an extent, I'm not gonna. No,
Skynet.
not Sky. No, Sky. Sky has way too much affiliation with Rupert Murdoch. They're not.
But
Now-
they're very the only problem with Sky is they're very advertiser driven.
The
Yeah,
where did I see it?
Their
Oh.
news channel is like half advertising.
If
But-
your news channel is owned by a billionaire somewhere down the line, you got problems.
Well,
all I
I'll
gotta
tell
say.
you. I'll tell you how serious it was at Channel 12 when I was there. Is salespeople were forbidden to go into the newsroom. They couldn't so much as go through the newsroom to use our side exit to the parking lot. There was absolutely zero contact nor connection between advertising and news. Just wasn't done. They would have the news director in on advertising meetings only to find out how many minutes of advertising each newscast had. And that was the only thing. There was no, hey, I'm trying to get the Champy's chicken to advertise. Could you guys maybe do a story on Champ? No,
Nope.
absolutely not.
Nope.
But when I got to Channel 3, I'm sorry, I love the people over there, but it was a whole different story. The 3+U, their 11 o'clock a.m. or 10 o'clock a.m. show, it is entirely advertiser driven.
I want to show this off. This is available for anybody to go see. This is
Yeah, I've seen that.
The Ad Fontes Media, adfontesmedia.com, the interactive media bias chart where you can actually zoom in and see.
Yeah, actually, this chart needs to be about twice as wide so that they can put InfoWars even farther to the right.
I mean, if you look, there's also, if you go to the, because you've seen this chart on Facebook.
Yeah.
You've seen this chart on Facebook, but here's the really cool part. If you look, notice that I have all these little dots here. If you go to the interactive chart, you can even zoom in and find who's doing better than AP and Reuters.
Reuters.
ProPublica, Bloomberg.
Bloomberg.
Whoa, Bloomberg? No. That I don't buy for a second.
No, Bloomberg is a spoof news site.
Yeah, not Bloomberg
It's
Media, but Bloomberg.
It's what it is individual pieces, not the brands. The individual pieces they put in. You can see like ProPublica had a reliability with no bias article here.
In other words, Bloomberg actually has one or two reporters that do a good job and slipped it past the.
So you can actually see.
They won't last long.
You can actually see where you can actually see the actual articles that are used for this reporting system, right? And that's what I was pointing out was like if you look at the individual dots, you can see like. Because people will always say like, oh, well, I saw this one article that was posted in, Huffington Post. Or I saw this one article that was posted in Fox News. It didn't have any bias to it. Yeah, it's probably somewhere in this chart. And you can see that, like, you go down through here, I need you to do me a huge Politico is another one that's,
what?
I need you to go to that very one on the bottom most right that is worse than InfoWars.
Really?
Oh, all the way down here?
What the hell is that?
This one right here? Or no, wait, this one right here that almost goes off the page? That's redstate.com.
Oh, yeah.
Which I assume is not affiliated with
some of my Facebook friends have actually reposted shit from that.
I didn't even know that
all the way in the very
Lewis, you gotta repost this to them.
The one that's the worst, that's all the way in the furthest bottom right you can possibly get is the Gateway Pundit. Now on the left side, the worst article is wonket.com, which I've never even heard of.
Now here's something that is the scariest thing I've seen. When the damn Onion comes out with articles that
are more truthful,
we got a problem with the news.
Have you been paying attention to Babylon Bee lately?
Babylon Bee.
That's the one that I was thinking of.
Babylon Bee is amazing.
Posts a bunch of spoofy stuff.
They're very Republican oriented, but strangely enough, even though it's a satire site, a lot of what they put up there is damn near on the mark.
The stuff that I've been using, the Carp story was absolutely true, except for the catch, spay or neuter, and release. Everything after that, I just kind
of went. 2 pages in your.
My favorite spoof news website, parody news website is the Hard Times. I love the Hard Times. It's the best. It's the punk news. and it's all these great parody articles. Like one of the ones that they have this week is "A Week Tonight Replaces Last Week Tonight as Quarantine John Oliver Loses Grip on Time." And it's great. It's a photo of John. It's a Photoshop, really nice Photoshop, really good. Photo of John Oliver just like sitting on a futon with like the phone off the hook. It's a popcorn and his hand between his crotch, like just laid out like.
Hey, Skunk, do me a favor and post a link to that interactive chart for me.
Oh yeah, sure. Hold on one second. Let me go back and find it.
Put it on stupid if you would, please, Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I've got to point out that I grew up with Huntley and Brinkley and Uncle Walter Cronkite, and people like that who were dedicated to just reading the news and letting other people form their own opinion.
Yeah, that's why I say stick to the anchors.
He's the man right there. Like Walter Cronkite was.
I listened to him every night to find out if my brother was dead. Every night he gave the Vietnam War casualties.
Now I've got oh crap! Here we go. Aphasia again. The name. Dan Rather.
Oh,
I've got Dan Rather on my friends list, and I get to read some of his pieces. And he's become more of a philosopher these days. But
that happens when you get older.
Yeah, I still like what he's got to say. It seems to be more. Let me give you the facts as I see them, and you make up your own mind.
My favorite non-local news reporter is Jon Snow of Channel 4. I like Jon Snow, and unlike with the television show and book series Game of Thrones, Jon Snow does know something. He knows a lot, and he's got some pretty sexy dance moves.
Well,
if you've ever seen him on Big Fat Quiz,
I think he's more comedian than he is news reporter. But Jonathan Pye.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Jon Snow.
Oh, I love it when he goes off. I really do.
I mean, his election night story.
You just have to understand that journalists have to repress so much opinion that when they finally, like me 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, when
they finally have had enough, there's a lot of shit's got to come out.
Let it go. It's like I said to Joe earlier. Like you wouldn't be using that kind of language. You wouldn't be saying those things if you weren't passionate about it, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I do want to point out.
I'm just tired of people from certain political affiliations trying to discredit the media or discredit journalists or to block journalists.
But I go too far with that one. I used to be
journalists.
I went to Iraq.
Trying to discredit actual facts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was 4 years ago we learned about alternate facts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
care.
sorry.
Bill O'Reilly belongs on Inside
It can only
Edition.
be one way.
It was before that, but yeah, go ahead.
Now,
well, I just wanted to say the one thing I wanted to say about that though is that you look at somebody like you look at the Daily Show. Remember when the Daily Show first aired? And it was more parody news.
Yeah.
Right. And then Jon Stewart took over, and he made it into an actual news source.
Yeah,
which was really weird, and it wasn't supposed to be like that. But he made it into an actual thing. He ended up being after that. Yes, he also had his biases. A lot of his stuff was biased, but he did honestly go after both sides. If the side that he liked did make a mistake, he would go after them too. He wasn't going to sit there and hold back. Yeah. He made fun of Obama just as much as he made fun of Bush.
Yeah.
But he did have his biases. The one thing I want to say about it is that I don't give a crap. He made fun of Chicago style pizza from Chicago. Kiss my ass. I do like my lasagna pizza. Okay.
All right. Well, I'll tell you, I'll tell you how divided it is that people look for something to accuse you of being with the other side. In one post by some of these people, I was accused of being a flaming liberal. And, it was one of those posts that just explodes. Later on down, the right side or the left side complained that I was a raging conservative in the same post.
Well, and I want to tell you what it is. They didn't even read the article. They read the headline.
Mhm.
That's what it's coming to.
Yeah.
If you don't make your headline non-biased and damn good, someone's going to flip their crap over it.
And
it doesn't matter. They're going to flip their crap over it no matter what you say.
Yeah, you could literally nowadays, if you have any influence whatsoever on anything, you have any kind of poll, one way, it doesn't matter political or not. If you're that big, you get that many people following you, if you go and say something innocuous, if I had the kind of following that some of these people have, and went out and just was and said my thing about what I said earlier about the Burger King and the McDonald's in East Ridge needing to get their crap together, right? I would have half of the people coming at me just being all like, oh, yeah, go after the lower class. Of course. Yeah, of course you would do that. You never had to work for a living. You use that white privilege to get by in life and to never have to struggle and all this other stuff. And you also have another half just being all like, the other half would just sit there going after me and being, oh, yeah, no, those people need help. They chose that job. They chose those positions. They chose all of that. They could go out and get a better job, but they won't because they're lazy and they just want to live off welfare. And I'd have both of them at my throats. And it's like, why does everything have to be about politics with you?
Yeah, and then you'd have a third half going, oh, you hate Wendy's. You didn't talk about them.
Yeah,
no, I love the Wendy's in East Ridge. The Wendy's in East Ridge is the only one. The problem is they close so early because they actually close at like 10 o'clock, and it's 10 o'clock on the dot. If you're not in the drive-through line at 10 o'clock, you're screwed. That Wendy's in East Ridge has never done me wrong, and the crew down there is really nice.
My biggest problem with Wendy's, though, is I've never gone through a Wendy's drive-through and gotten the right order. I love Wendy's. I've eaten Wendy's since the 70s, but
No,
I don't go through the drive-through normally.
I've always gotten my order right through Wendy's. Now, I've only had 2 really bad instances going through the drive-through. Usually when I go through the drive-through and I point out like they screwed up my order, they're usually pretty good to fix it. I've only had 2 really bad instances.
Yeah, but right now you can't go inside and say, hey, you got my order wrong. You have to go back through. No, most of them have the friggin' doors locked.
The only ones I've seen that have had the doors locked recently have been in Calhoun and Adairsville. Most of the places I go to, the lobbies are open. Now I want to point this out though that I've only had 2. It was oh God, I can't even remember the name of that road. It's up in Knoxville, the Sonic. That's on the main drag in Knoxville. I had to argue with them like 3 or 4 times about screwing up my order, and I finally lost it and went off on this woman. And because she said the thing that she shouldn't have said to me, which was, I don't get paid enough to deal with this. And I'm like, you get paid exactly enough to deal with it. Like, this is what your job is. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. But you can't, they're paying you to do your job. You're not doing your job. So, no, you're getting paid exactly enough for that. If you did your job, I would agree. But you don't do your job because you haven't gotten it right yet. And it just set me off. And then we got into an even bigger argument. And then my buddy was really disappointed with me after what I said next. And I'm not going to repeat it here.
Well,
because I was being a real jerk. I was very upset. The other place was the East Ridge McDonald's. Because I sat out there for 20 minutes. Me and 3 other cars sat out there for 20 minutes waiting for our orders, and they never came. And we finally, all of us individually went inside, except we didn't talk about it. We just all got fed up. We all went inside and started arguing with them, like, where is our food? We've been waiting for 20 minutes. That's why I don't go to the Eastridge McDonald's anymore.
Well, I'm going to tell you, the place that screws up your order, I don't care. Eastridge, Hickson, Fort Oglethorpe, Rossville Boulevard, Brainerd, Lee Highway, Taco Bell.
No.
Welcome to Taco Bell. How can we fuck up your order? I mean,
No. Disagree. 100% disagree. I've never.
At least mine are fine up here.
I've never had my order screwed up by a Taco Bell ever.
I've actually got bonus stuff, but my original order was there.
You may qualify for the Guinness Book of World Records.
What Blake just said. I've even opened up my bag after going to Taco Bell, and I've not only do I have my quesadilla and my Mountain Dew with no ice, which I always order, and my soft taco, because I always order a soft taco. Sometimes I'll open it up and I'll have an additional soft taco, or I'll have a bean burrito, or I'm just open it up
like random, yeah.
Wow, food.
Somebody's hitting on you.
I miss the bean. I don't get the bean burritos. I don't. Oh, you're the assholes getting stuck with my shit.
Probably.
Yes.
Right in front of you. Or right behind you.
Yeah, exactly. Right in front of you or right behind you. It doesn't matter. You're getting your free food. Me and Blake are taking all of your food, Joe.
I'll take it from Nashville.
You know what? We go there. We go there and we specifically tell all of the managers and workers there, do not give Joe his food. Give it to us.
Kiss my ass, Chris. Just kiss my ass.
Special stuff.
Hey, the only one that I trust that I don't even bother checking the bag is Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Never gotten it wrong yet.
I'm not even going to go there. I do want to say I have not been to Cookout in a while. I need to go to Cookout. I need to go to Cookout. Oh my god! I found out they have chorizo quesadillas now in my fucking soul.
I love Cookout, but
Chorizo, is it the greasy, nasty chorizo? Or is it nice Spanish stuff like pepperoni?
Don't know.
When I got it the one time,
matter.
it was like chopped up and kind of crunchy, which was nice. Like it was just like little loose, crunchy bits.
No crunchy chorizo. I want juicy chorizo. I want chorizo that's dripping with so much grease that I could pour
It's
it
probably
all
still
out.
gonna be greasy. You'll be fine there.
Squeeze it and pour it all out into a bucket and use it to lubricate my truck's motor. That's what I want when I want chorizo.
That's me going to Oscars at a little local place.
I want that. Dude, the way my ex roommate Audrey, the way that Audrey would make chorizo tacos, right? You could take that taco, you could hold it at a certain angle, and orange fluid would pour out. It looked like hydraulic fluid because it was so greasy. Oh, it was amazing.
Ingles has a brand of chorizo. They have beef, pork, and soy. Guess which one I didn't buy?
Soy. I can imagine.
But I bought the pork chorizo. I bought one of them. But I bought it. Man, I put that stuff in the frying pan, fried up good, and I mean, it reduced down to half. There's so much grease in it. It was tasty, spicy, but just it was almost like somebody had dipped meat in Tabasco sauce.
I'm very confused about what you just said.
what?
I'm very confused about what John just said. He was like, they have chorizo down there. They have beef, chicken, and pork.
No, I didn't say chicken.
I didn't say chicken.
It's a soy and
Soy.
but
Beef,
yeah,
pork, and soy.
No, okay, but
Tofu.
no, hold up. Chorizo is pork. This is specifically a pork sausage. There is no beef
you can also
chorizo.
have a beef chorizo, which
No, that's not chorizo anymore.
it's not pork
doing a bit
chorizo.
of study, huh?
I think chorizo has more to do with the spices than the base meat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're
Chorizo, a spicy
doing it
Spanish
with
pork
pork,
sausage. In the
no,
Oxford Language Dictionary.
no. If you ain't doing it with pork, you're doing it wrong. That's just all there is to it.
Chorizo was made
Chorizo
from
is
coarsely
originally a
chopped
Spanish
pork
dish,
pork
and it was
fat.
originally a lot like pepperoni. It was hard. And you had to slice
I
it off.
understand that. It's cured meat, but it's pork. It's not beef. It's definitely not tofu. And also, I was gonna say if you had quote unquote chicken chorizo, nah, it's just carnitas. That's not the same thing.
Which are still delicious.
Well, I had a problem a couple of weeks ago. I went through a drive-through at the Waffle House and sat there for 45 minutes. And
Waffle
nobody
House
even took
drive-thru?
Waffle House. with a
nobody even took my
drive-thru?
order. And then some guy came out and said, "Dude, we don't have a drive-through."
Oh God. Hold on. Let me go over to the brand for a second.
Thanks, Gary.
I didn't even realize.
Joe jacking and nothing's happening.
Joe's muted. Of course, Joe is muted. Here, I
Are
can.
you imbibing again, Joe?
My jokes being bad.
Oh, by the way, I uploaded that thing. I uploaded that thing whenever Joe tells a really stupid joke in the future.
Yeah, you can use it for me too.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
No, you should have did this. Please upload the second part of that, and then play them back to back, because that would be amazing. Because the being dumber part is actually the best part.
Well, I didn't want to. I didn't want to have the whole thing in there. I wanted to have a real quick clip because otherwise we'll get
We'll get
nailed.
Yeah,
We'll get nailed
whatever.
by the
really.
LMNOP'd.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Billy Madison Happy Madison Productions would
They need all the help they can get, honestly. Because
Well,
I haven't cared about anything.
No. If Happy Madison Productions does an Adam Sandler, it does a movie without Adam Sandler, it is fantastic. If they do a movie with Adam Sandler, it's 50-50, right? When Adam Sandler does a movie outside of Happy Madison Productions, it rules.
Was Punch Drunk Love Happy Madison or not?
No, it was not.
Okay.
And neither was the movie he did recently, Rough Gems.
Yeah, Rough Gems.
I haven't seen it, but I know people that have, and they're like, "Dude, you gotta see this movie. Change your opinion about Adam Sandler." I'm like, my opinion about Adam Sandler has been the same since I've seen Airheads. Which is that he's a comedic genius when he wants to be.
Yeah, there's moments. Yeah,
he's a doucher most of the time because he thinks that he's above everybody else, which is true.
Whoa.
I ain't going there. I swear, I ain't going there.
I thought at first you posted a picture of a turd.
No, it's a picture of Adam Sandler.
I remember Adam Sandler from The Cosby Show.
I remember Adam Sandler from Saturday Night Live.
That was
The first time I ever saw him.
That was.
I try to never remember Adam Sandler.
I don't give a damn, Joe. I'm just saying shut up.
The Hanukkah song.
The first we had several Adam Sandler albums too, which I think the albums are better than his movies. Or his
John, I do believe that is the only thing that he's ever done that I can actually stand.
It's hilarious.
Yes, it is. And it surprised me because he's usually such a
Dan, you need to listen to some of his other songs from the music, from the albums. You need to listen to some of his other songs. Specifically, the one that I want you to listen to, right, that I want you to go and find. It's on YouTube somewhere, I'm sure. And I'm not going to play it here, but look up Piece of Shit Car.
That is a good one.
Yep.
Because I remember when that was on the radio.
Fantastic. Yes. If you can, find the censored version. Find the radio edit of that song because
every time he says piece of, they honk a car horn.
It's a different car horn every time. It's a different car horn every time. There's all sorts of different car horns, and it is hilarious. Lewis, what are you taking a picture of?
Hey, I finally made it to center square.
Oh no, the screen does actually like print screen work. Oh,
Well,
well
if we
now I
had,
think you broke it.
if we had, I mean, if we had 2 more people, you would be center square.
Oh,
Right
that's true.
I'm still center
He's
square.
still center square.
Yeah, Photoshop.
now,
Unless
theoretically,
you have 10 people, but how would it put them on the screen?
Hey,
theoretically,
don't piss on my parade, man. I was going
theoretically,
good.
theoretically, these are not squares; these are rectangles.
Okay.
Actually,
you
that's not even
skunk.
theory. That's not even theory. That is, in fact, geometry.
Um,
Oh my God, Skunk is doing math.
it's the same. It's the same. It's the same.
No.
concept.
Please don't interrupt this. I am trying to cope with the fact that Lewis is proud to be Paul Lind.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Wow.
No, I was thinking about.
I just like being a smart ass.
Really good, Paul Lynn. I was
Really?
thinking about, Syphil and Ollie, the sock puppet show from MTV, where Ollie and the robot that Syphil built are interviewing a battery, and he's like, "How come you're square when other batteries are round?" And the robot's like, "Actually, he has a rectangle. He knows what I mean."
I missed that show.
And I could be Alice.
Actually, I did.
Well, yes, you could be, but you're much better looking.
I do have a new thing that I'm going to be premiering on the show in about 34 minutes or so, and it's Syphil and Ollie related. Mainly, and I did this. I made this thing. I cut it from it's a thing from Syphil and Ollie. I cut it from Syphil and Ollie, and I made it. That's from the new Hollywood Squares.
No, we don't discuss the new Hollywood Squares.
I made it.
Art just gave his age. Art
made
just
it.
gave his age.
I was gonna say I made it because of the last show. Poor drunk Joe trying to argue and get you people to shut up so he could end the show was hilarious. But I wanted to help out with that. No, the new Hollywood Squares was all right.
Nah.
I think
the new Hollywood Squares sucked.
the original
new match game sucks.
New match game was terrible.
Oh, it's
New match game was
awful,
really bad.
awful,
But
awful.
I will argue.
I mean, Gene Rayburn could get
oh,
so dirty
you know
without
what?
actually being dirty.
You know my favorite part?
Oh, he got so close.
Yeah,
You know
the writing was so much better.
You know what my favorite part of the original match game was?
Charles Nelson Riley.
Well, I mean, yes, but
Brett Summers.
all of the panel, Betty White and Richard Dawson. But here's my favorite part about it. You know why that show was so good and why it worked so well?
The writing.
Because in the 1970s, you could have your entire panel doing a little bit of this and a little bit of this. And I don't.
The one in your right hand is not necessarily the legal brand.
This right here. No, and in fact, this right here wouldn't have been a beer. Knowing that panel and knowing those people, it was
Bourbon.
scotch.
Scotch or bourbon?
Especially Richard Dawson.
Cigarettes and
Gin and
scotch.
tonics.
And gin and tonics and bourbon and all sorts of other hard liquors. Those people on that show got so hammered. And you could tell, especially when like Richard Dawson would be like, you could tell when they'd had a really long shooting day. They were on like the fourth game that day or whatever. Because Richard Dawson would be hammered and he just didn't give a crap anymore. He would just write random shit. He did not care. It would just be like, whatever. Whatever. I don't know.
What are they going to do? Fire us?
What are they not going to
It
do?
made the show funnier. It made the show
Yeah.
funnier. They did it. Oh my god! And you knew every single time that you had somebody go on the show, who did they pick for the when they got to the final round? Who did they pick every single time when they got to their
Richard
final round?
Dawson.
Richard Dawson, because
He
they
fought like the average person.
it was two parts, right? Because I mean, Charles Nelson Riley did sometimes too. I mean, there was a bunch of guys on there who would, you know, but they knew with Richard Dawson, they were either going to, Richard Dawson was either going to say something really smart, or if he'd been drinking, and he had been, and if he'd been drinking hard, like most of the time, he was going to say something really funny. And they weren't going to miss that for the world. And I 100% agree. That's why I like the new Hollywood Squares, as much as everybody else here apparently derides it. The new Hollywood Squares had a whole bunch of people on it that would come up with some really good, funny answers. And just as, I'm not going to say just as good as the original Hollywood Squares, but damn close, especially Gottfried. Holy crap, Gilbert Gottfried would have me in stitches most of the time on that show. Yeah. He was so funny. Whoopi Goldberg is okay. I think Whoopi Goldberg did better on her appearance on Whose Line Is It Anyway than she ever did on Squares.
That was a good show up until Drew Carey pissed off ABC and fired him.
And then Whose Line pissed off ABC and then went to the CW.
Well, I was gonna say, like, Whose Line, right, with Drew Carey and all that other stuff. I don't think Drew Carey really pissed them off. It was just, I think it was more of like the show really just wasn't pulling the ratings that ABC liked, and
no.
Well, I'm gonna take my concept and I'm gonna go elsewhere with it.
Did they have to censor themselves when they were on NBC?
No, they never did. There's actually a really great moment. There's an uncut version of it that you can find on YouTube. It's really great. There's a really great moment where Ryan Stiles was doing they were doing the game Party, which is where you have three guests. Poor Joe is already holding his head because he knows what's about to happen. They're doing a party, right? And Ryan's character, as everybody comes into the party, the other three people on the show come into the party. They all have a different character that they have to play according to their card. When Ryan got his was Carol Channing's head keeps getting stuck to things. So Ryan is doing Carol Channing, but keeps saying, keeps like going, ooh, and slamming his head into something and being like, I seem to be stuck here, and doing it in the Carol Channing voice. At one point, he goes over to Drew's desk and slams his head into the neon sign around the desk. There's a neon lamp around the desk that makes the desk glow, and he breaks it. He's got his hair on fire and stuff, and they said we really wanted your hair to burst into flames, And when he finally sits down, and he's just all like, it better be worth a lot of points. Drew goes, we spent all the points replacing the glass. Right? Mm-hmm. And then Drew goes, how many fingers am I holding up? 4? Close enough. How many am I?
Yep.
And when the original broadcast happened, it said censored. It had a black censor bar that said censored that covered up his finger. There's an uncensored version where he actually flips them off. Yeah. There's another really great one with Brad Sherwood when they were doing the X-rated. They were doing director, and Colin Mockery would get cues on what he didn't get cues. He would randomly pick, like, they would do a scene. The director was Colin Mockery, would come in and be like, change the scene, do this instead, and then action, and then would change the scene and do whatever he told him to do. And so do it like a Spanish play, or do it like a horror movie, or do it like this, right? And he would eventually say, in this particular episode, do the X-rated version. And Brett Sherwood just walks up and goes, hey, guys, you want to see my fingers turn blurry? It was a great moment. They did a lot of that on there. My absolute, and there's a great Who's Line blooper reels. My absolute favorite one was just related to sci-fi, so it's perfect for this conversation. Is with Greg Proops. Greg Proops had a knockoff Klingon mask on during dating service video, or hats. That sometimes I call it hats, but it's dating service video, right? And he has this knockoff Klingon mask on that gives him the forehead, but it also kind of looks like a Borg thing, right? And so he's sitting there and he's like, well, I'm a Klingon by trade, and no one laughs. He goes, well, when I'm not funny, I wear this fucking thing on my head.
How about the props with guests? And it was Richard Simmons.
Oh, Richard Simmons. When they kept having Richard Simmons, Richard Simmons got involved in like 4 or 5 different skits, right?
Yeah.
And it was Richard Simmons just showing up and messing with them. But the best one of that was when they did
The jet ski.
The jet ski.
Living props with Richard Simmons and some random person from the audience, and just Richard Simmons doing, because they were doing well, let's go skiing. Let's ride the jet ski. Let's do this, because they were supposed to be on vacation. And oh god, when they got on the exercise bike, Richard Simmons, he knows. And the best part about that episode, by the way, if you watch that episode, you get to hear Richard Simmons' actual voice, because he drops his
character voice
for just a moment. Because he says, oh, thank you for being. He says, thank you for being on the. Drew Carey said it. He goes, thank you for being on the show, Richard. And he goes, oh, thanks for having me, Drew. And it's like, what? Oh my god, it's his real voice. And he
Where'd
goes
that come
back
from?
into the. Yeah, he goes right back into the. All right, everybody, we're gonna do it. Let's do it. Because he's. Yeah.
For a minute there, he sounded like Samuel L. Jackson.
Richard Simmons is hilarious. He knows the stereotype that he has. He plays it up. He does it on purpose. It's great.
Well, yeah, it's a character.
He's so good. Richard Simmons is hilarious. I love him.
And this just goes to show how far daytime television has come since Merv Griffin.
My mom used to have a bunch of the Sweat to the Oldies tapes, and I always thought Richard Simmons was hilarious.
Me too.
One of the nice things about living in Chattanooga, if you want to sweat to the oldies, you can just go to Riverbend.
Hey. I want to say...
Wait a minute. That was a rim shot right there.
Okay, hold on.
Better late than...
I want to say that's really mean. That's really mean, because I do like Styx, and I got to see Styx at Riverbend, and I was very happy about it. Also, the Goo Goo Dolls were at Riverbend, and nobody took me. I
got to see Steve Miller Band.
I asked my buddy. I said, I had a buddy of mine who had a Riverbend pen that year, and I was like, "Can I borrow your Riverbend pen to go to Riverbend tonight?" And he goes, "No." I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because I go to Riverbend every night." And
Restroom.
No. Let me borrow your Let me borrow.
Thanks, Blake.
Damn.
No problem.
Your pen tonight. I said, you don't even like the Goo Goo Dolls. And he was like, no, I don't like the Goo Goo Dolls. I was still going to go to Riverbend. And I was like, why? And he was like, because there's girls there. I can't argue with that logic.
I'm going to well, Lewis knows I used to sell the glow lights there.
Yep. What? Joe.
What?
You literally sold me some, remember?
Okay, yeah, that's right. Man,
you tried to get me to go with you and sell glow lights.
I'm going to tell you, that is, I mean, that's printing your own money.
I remember when I went down there for that. Because I got in for free. I didn't even have to have a Riverbend, because I was with the DJs that night. I wasn't DJing. I just was helping. I was roadie basically. And I ran into Joe, and we were BSing. I was like, well, they're about to do this disco thing over here, and I bought some lights off of him, and glow sticks and flashy things and stuff. And we did it on the first night, and the LED lights were still good when I came back the second night, and they canceled it because of the weather. So there was no DJing. I was like, so we show up for no reason. We all have to leave. When we leave, we get about, I remember a bunch of us were like 2 minutes outside of the thing. One of the DJs was complaining because he didn't get paid. He was pissed because he didn't get paid. And his set got cut. And it stopped raining. Like, that's Chattanooga weather for you, man. You wait 5 minutes, it'll change.
Yeah, give it 5 minutes. Now, I'm going to tell you that the glow lights, the cost versus profit is insane.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about that.
And had COVID.
Hey, Joe, whatever you do, don't put that on the internet so that everybody finds out about it. Okay?
Did you sell to Skunk at cost, or did you get a profit on Skunk?
I made money on Skunk.
He made money on me, but I was okay with that. I was okay with that. I never, kidding me? I never asked for discounts from anybody. Especially if you are selling a product that you created. If you're selling a product, I had a buddy of mine. This is a true story. A buddy of mine is a furry, and he's all the time saying, like, dude, I'll just draw you free art because you're my friend. And I'm like, no, I want the standard rate that you charge everybody else. He's like, well, it's expensive. I'm like, it's worth it. I need to make money at this. And that dude charges me, I swear he's charging me less anyway. But I also don't get porn. So.
Is that James?
No. I don't know if James draws porn. He probably does.
I haven't ever seen him do it, but I know he does furries real well.
No, the guy that I'm talking about is he is a furry porn artist. And every time I've ordered artwork from him, it's never been porn. So I think he's just giving me a discount, not because of me, because he still charges me like $70-$80, but I'm not asking for, like, you know, the sort of stuff he normally draws.
Chris is telling me stop. Stop where?
Where you were talking about making a profit.
Oh, yeah.
Make a profit. No. Here's the thing I was going to say about that, by the way. Here's the thing I was going to say about that. Tell him, Joe. Tell him. Go ahead and tell him. Because you want to know what the difference is. You want to know the differences between those people who would hear this and be like, oh, it sounds like a good way to make some quick money at Riverbend, and you. Is that you and Donna actually went out there and did it. You actually went and you bought the supplies, you turned around, you sold them for profit, and you walked around Riverbend, didn't enjoy a single one of the shows. All you did was go around and sell this stuff to random people all night long. These people that want to have get rich quick schemes, that think that they could take your story and go forth with it and make money, aren't ever going to be successful, because they're going to get out there for 2 minutes, forget about selling all the stuff, go watch somebody's concert, get drunk, and pass out.
Yeah. Now, I'm
Joe, you were a trooper. You made it work.
When we had the light up roses, my daughter Megan was brilliant. She would carry a 5-gallon bucket with 3 dozen of those roses down in it. And they were all different colors. And this was her routine. She wouldn't, just walk around holding the roses. She'd pick a boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband, wife couple. And she'd walk up and say, would you like to buy your lady a rose? It lights up. And then, usually the guy normally goes, no, not really. She'll pull one out and goes, but look, it matches her shirt.
Yeah.
And then the lady wants one.
And then
he's got no choice whatsoever in the matter.
He's screwed at that point.
No. She had a third
money.
she had a third line.
Money.
She goes, they're only, if the guy goes, no. She goes, it's only $5. She's worth $5, isn't she?
That's the line right there where he's in trouble now.
That one will get you killed if you don't answer correctly.
This way, and then twist it back
Because-
that way, and then yank it out. Yeah.
Now here's the thing.
Yeah.
If it was me,
Yeah.
right, and I was with any of my partners, and somebody said that to me, I'd be like, yes, they're absolutely worth more than that. They are priceless. But I'm still not giving you any money, you grifter. But knowing who it is, knowing you, knowing Megan, I don't know Megan that well, but I know who she is. I would have done it just because. It's
Yeah, well,
She's got those eyes.
And at the time, she was only, let's see, she was 10.
Oh, I understand where she learned the grifting from. She learned it from you. Heather, you're muted.
She's
Talking to somebody else.
Sorry, my husband fell asleep sometime around 2-3 o'clock this afternoon, and he
And
just
didn't see the
woke
game.
up.
Oh, and he missed the football game.
He could care less. He's not a Vol fan.
Oh,
He's a Florida Gator fan.
well, never mind.
So,
I am
think
not
they
going
won
to
today,
insult
didn't
him.
You're
I am
married
not going to insult
you're-
him.
You're married to a Gator fan.
At least
Whoa!
don't you start. Don't any of y'all start.
LOL.
Don't any of y'all
What?
at
start.
least
Who
he's
did
not a
that?
Bama fan.
Who did
Okay,
that?
now I'm insulted because
You're a
Product
Bama
placement.
fan?
Don't you start.
no,
Don't
I
any
have
of
a
y'all start.
niece that's in college, and
Don't any of y'all start. Don't any of y'all start. And also,
I have to quit telling
don't get
Alabama
me
jokes.
started. Don't any of y'all start, and don't get me started.
Okay. All right.
I will rain hellfire down upon everybody.
It's the best thing to ever come out
I
of
thought you
my
had a self-starter.
Hey,
59
remember,
more.
I-59.
remember, we're talking about a skunk here. Don't you make don't you make me do a handstand.
What's this? What the hell is this?
I got to show you something.
Finger.
The
Is
finger.
it a rocket ship?
No.
It's the finger. You know, like Eric von Zeppa.
It's the flying fickle finger of fate.
Now, come on, Dan. You remember Eric von Zeppa
Yeah, I do.
from the beach blanket bingo?
Yeah. The girl with the invisible bikini. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
You see?
Oh, okay.
That's my kid.
Oh, wow.
Wait. Your kid? What? Your camera is not focusing. There
Well,
we go.
you're about my daughter's age, so and my granddaughter's already married.
Yeah, he was
And
in
in
the band
college.
last year.
Oh,
He
wait.
withdrew from classes at spring break because college wasn't for him. He wasn't happy. He loved marching band. But He didn't like doing the theory classes and all that, and he realized that music wasn't what he wanted to do.
That just hurt my head. Something Lewis just said.
What?
Yeah, my granddaughter's married. Yeah. Coming up on a year and a half now. She got
No,
no.
no.
coming up on a year. She got married last October.
Dan, I mean Lewis. That means you are
My son's old enough to be
Freak
married.
ancient.
you're short timing to great grandparent.
I know.
I've already been a great grandparent for 15 years.
My son's 19. He's old enough to be married and have kids.
My
Yeah.
oldest daughter
I'm
just
38.
turned 50.
And
I
yeah,
use condoms.
Abram is not allowed
You're
to
an
get
idiot.
married or have kids.
Yeah, my granddaughter was born in 98.
Abram was born in 2001.
No, she was born in 99. I'm sorry. And I was there. I was
My
actually
oldest
in the
daughter was
delivery
born
room.
16 years before I met her mother. So there. I'm a firm believer in adoption.
So
My wife was adopted.
Yes, Chris, they do have a beautiful campus.
Oh, there it is.
UT.
Oh.
Ooh.
Their campus is absolutely phenomenal. They are all the time posting pictures on their Instagram.
My niece is now at college in Savannah, and she is
trying to say something because I don't hear a thing.
She is about to be hired by Disney as an animator.
Which UT,
Wow.
Heather?
UT
Which
Knoxville.
Oh, so UTK.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only UT when it comes to Tennessee.
Already.
Well,
Really?
actually, Chattanooga
opinions
has
on
Well,
Martin?
there's
No, we got one here.
UTD. You used to live here. You should know that.
What
I know
about
that
Martin?
there's UT Chattanooga and there's UT Martin.
and there's UT at Amicable Highway.
That's
No,
Chat
that's
State.
Chat State.
That's Chattanooga State.
That's a driver's ed school.
Yeah, I went to Utah,
that was the college.
University of Tennessee at Amicable Highway.
That's the college I went to for a semester before I failed and dropped out.
I went to Cleveland State. Now I'm going to Motlow. I wish that I still lived in Chattanooga because Chat State has the best community college nursing program in the state.
That's where my granddaughter went.
Now I heard that right after I failed out of college, I think it was less than a year after I failed out of college,
Florida.
I found out Chattanooga State got a damn film program, and I was like, "You sons of bitches!"
So
Yep.
go back.
You could have
I've
got a
lectured-
scholarship
You can
to
take
that one.
online courses
I
and
lecture
not
there every
classes,
semester.
and you can get it done for free because you're old enough to take advantage of Reconnect.
Yeah, you can do your 2-year.
Really?
Yeah, I'm considering
one
it too.
small problem, he doesn't live in Chattanooga.
That's right. Well,
He's a-
once he
he's a
lives in
Georgia boy
once he
now.
lives in once he lives in Tennessee for 6 months, he can take advantage of it.
Yeah, well, here's the other thing about that.
Oh yeah, Tullahoma does have a beautiful campus.
Oh my God, Tullahoma doesn't have anything beautiful. What are you talking about?
Go to Motlow's Tullahoma campus.
Yeah.
I've been to Tullahoma. Tullahoma's even their Walmart is ugly. Only thing
okay.
only thing that's beautiful in Tullahoma are the people, and not even them. All of them
You
are.
asked if I had a hammer.
Joe
Peter,
always
Paul,
has a
and
hammer.
Mary, I think.
I believe we said you weren't supposed to own hammers.
Oh, okay.
Put it away, Joe.
Joe, put your hammer away.
It's not that kind of show, Joe.
Put the hammer down.
It's not hammer time yet.
Oh.
Oh,
I've
you
never
can't
been
touch
to
that.
Gainesville.
Why
I've
did
never.
Why did you do Jungle Love?
I was wondering that myself.
No.
It's not hammer time. Oh we.
Yo,
Wait, what's the vocalization for the other MC Hammer song?
What the MC Hammer song?
Can't touch this.
It's It's
No.
Yeah, Joe did the too legit to quit thing, but
Can't touch us.
I think you're thinking of the oh.
Yeah. Hey, but I've had 2 beers. I'm good.
2.
Yeah, I'm a lightweight.
I'm not a
I was about to
I
say
just-
something, and I'm just so glad that I didn't.
I wouldn't care
There
anyway.
has been way too much swearing and other BS on this show tonight between me and Lewis, and we don't need to add to it.
And then
That's why I'm waiting for the after show to cut loose.
Oh, we're gonna get on the after show, and Dan's gonna tell us all. Dan's
Yeah,
gonna
tell us all off.
Oh,
I don't know how you guys can do the after show.
Felder
After
Carp.
2 hours, I'm wore out.
Lewis, you know what? I can explain it, Lewis. I can explain it. I can
Please
explain
do.
it perfectly and succinctly, actually. Because when we do the after show, right? We are tired and wore out, right?
Mm-hmm.
The after show is our unwind. That's where we just get to be whatever. Who cares? most of the Joe on Thursday esque level rants that I've done on stupid o'clock related media have been during the after show, where I'll just be wasted at that point and I'll go off about something. Well, Joe attempts in vain to calm me down.
Yeah, we don't have that many fire extinguishers, the CO2 sort to freeze you down.
We'll see little things over in the private chat. Okay, Skunk, wrap it up. Okay, Skunk.
I don't ever look at the private chat anymore.
Calm down.
I don't care anymore. But
You're getting too excited.
No, but after Thursday,
Ow.
I believe I now have permission to go off about whatever I want to, as long as I'm not being a jerk.
Well, that's the real caveat.
I try not to be a jerk.
Fine line, my son. That is a fine line.
That is a fine line.
You walk that tightrope really well.
I remember the last time I did cross the line, and Joe was like, "Please don't ever do that again." I was like, "I'm sorry." I was very angry at the time, and I so
time for your meds, Dan.
Yeah, the arthritis is really just it bit like a snake.
Are you taking your Humira?
It's Advil, but I don't take anything.
I wish I could take Advil. That used to work on me. Not much else works on me. But because of the blood thinner I'm on,
that's my major advantage over a lot of people my age. I am not medicated. And that's the major advantage over many people my age. I am not medicated.
What is that?
Well, not prescription wise anyway.
Yeah, well, it's still over the counter.
That's not medication. That's agriculture.
There was this great line from the Venture Brothers that I was thinking about, where Augustus St. Cloud is trying to terrorize Billy's mother, doing like the Green Goblin thing, where he like shows up and starts like threatening her, and Billy's mother is just all like, "I'm gonna beat you until my arthritis kicks in, and I just took my Humira." It's the only reason I even know what that drug is.
What the hell?
Nobody should ever bother Billy's mama.
Joe, what are you what the helling?
Tangent.
Launch Manifest just did a complete flip-flop.
Don't tell me that.
Heather, explain in layman's terms what the hell he's talking about.
That's what I'm going to look at right now.
Yeah, what does the flippity-doo-wop mean?
Their schedule.
So is the first launch third now, or third launch second?
I was telling my I have a lot of friends named Joe. It's a very common name. I was telling my other friend Joe.
What are you talking about?
One of my other friends, Joe, about what you guys were saying about the capsule thing, the rocket, where like if it blows up, is like Elon Musk was like, we have 9, 10, and 11 ready to go.
Yeah.
Right? And I was telling him about that, and he was like, it's good to be prepared. You always have to be prepared. And my dad just popped in out of nowhere. It was just, he just pops in out of nowhere, and he's like, yeah, they don't have any faith in their systems.
No,
I got plenty of faith in their systems. They keep blowing them up on purpose.
Starlink,
trying to find out how much shit they can take.
What is it that Elon Musk said? It was an unscheduled
rapid unscheduled disassembly.
Yeah, that's it. That's what my dad was saying.
Yeah.
It's called Rudd.
It's a Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
My dad also said that some dudes on YouTube have been buying Teslas and taking apart the engines to figure out how they work, like reverse engineering them, and it's really taking Elon Musk off.
Well, they also can't use them again until they pay a fee, because when you make any modifications to a Tesla, You have to pay a fee to use the Tesla again.
Everything has done
I heard about that.
It's now a subscription service. I'm sorry, guys.
But yeah, Joe, what were you saying?
Starlink is moved to Thursday.
Yep.
It's supposed to go off tomorrow. Delta 4 Heavy is on Monday.
They said when they posted Starlink, they posted it after GPS. I don't know where you got the Sunday, but when they posted it, it was posted after GPS.
The best thing about that is I get to sleep late tomorrow.
Here's the thing I want to say, right? So I said I had something new planned, right, to help with the show.
Yeah.
Right? We got 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
So guess what time it is, folks?
Time to play it.
That time.
That's a good one.
Why am I having Soul Train flashbacks?
It's almost the end of the show time.
That is from what? Love American Style or
Syphil and Ollie?
Oh.
Syphil and Ollie was doing it. Yeah, it's like a 60s parody thing. But yeah, it's almost the end of the show. We got 5 minutes left, so it's time to start wrapping things up. So don't get into any serious conversations because we got to go.
Yeah, well, I do want to throw out there, if there are any vendors interested in Halocon, we have a great vendor package listed on the website. If there's an author that would be interested in doing a panel.
Dan, wake up.
I'm awake. What do you think I could talk about that people wouldn't go to sleep to?
If there's a news anchor
Do you
who
really
would
want
like
me
to
to answer
run a
that
panel,
question?
Lewis Lee?
Do you really want me to answer that question, Dan?
What am I supposed to do? A strip tease?
And Joe, I'm
There's room
gonna
to cabaret
talk to you later about something. I'm going to talk to you later about something.
All right.
But anyway, it's Halocon related. Be good people. That's all I have to say right now. Be good people.
What?
Be good people.
Yeah, be good to one another.
Be good people.
No,
Can we shake the screens now since Joe's not drunk?
Hold on. I need to back away from the camera so I can do this properly. I'm accidentally kicking over my fan. Back away from the camera so I can do this properly. Right? It's not just, be good to one another. What it is it's be excellent to one another.
Be excellent, yes.
And party on, dudes.
Indeed.
I like that new movie, by the way.
All right,
really
there's two people still in the room. I want to say good night to the two people. If you're one of the brave souls that has sat all the way through a replay,
Chris,
thank you.
And you get a participation trophy.
Yeah, well, Chris deserves more than a trophy.
Yeah, he puts up with us all the time.
Chris got to see Chris was literally outside of me, Chris was literally the first person to get to see the new TWE intro tonight. He was literally the first person to see it. He was there while it was being filmed, so I figured he got to see it.
That's what that is.
He had to see it live. And then the second person that got to see it was why'd you play it again?
Is that the 2-minute warning?
Because he was sitting there trying to tell you, okay, it's time to wrap it up.
I know what I'm doing.
Then I want to disappear, everybody.
But
if you want to see me next time, I'm going to be on Joe's channel. Bye.
Stop it. Go away. The second person got to see it was Wade from the band that did the music for it. So
we know you're there, Blake.
If I didn't get interrupted, it would have been done by now. Jerk.
All right. Let's say goodnight, everybody, because it is that time.
Good night, everybody. And I really mean
good night, everybody.
It's time to touch the
Good night, everybody. have slipped the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.